Hello there, Fro here again with another weekly football picks video for Week 9 recap and picks for Week 10 of the season. I finally had a good week this past week picks. Went 9-4 after weeks of going 500 with freaking ties. No freaking, at least there was no goddamn ties this week, alright? No more ties. So let's get right into it. Thursday night we had Atlanta at Tampa Bay. I picked Atlanta. They won 43-28. No big surprise there. It was a pretty good game for the first half, and then Atlanta pulled away in the second half, and they're a good team. Matt Ryan, your MVP so far, if you ask me. Another game that had two MVP candidate hopefuls. Dallas at Cleveland. Dallas won 35-10. Pick Dallas. I mean, really, it's Cleveland. I don't know if I ever see Cleveland win a game, but I feel bad for them. But hey, at least you got the Cavs and the Indians that blew a 3-1 lead, but at least the Cavs won, right? So, yeah, anyway, got that one right. Jacksonville, Kansas City. I picked Kansas City. This game was a lot closer than I thought it'd be. 14-19 was the score. Jags defense is decent, and they have they got some good young players, and it should be good. They have first round picks all over the board, but got that one right. Kansas City won 19-14. That would have been a bigger game in favor of the Chiefs, but hey, Nick Foles is Nick Foles. Jets at Miami. I picked Miami. Miami won 27-23. It was a good game, and Ajayi is the real deal. Because the Jets have one of the best run defenses in the league, and he still got 119 yards, something like that. I don't know who would have thought it, but I think Miami started off too slow this year to make any noise this year, but they're good. They could play spoiler down the stretch, and who knows. So got that one right. Detroit at Minnesota. I picked Minnesota, and I had this right for the last 20 seconds of the game, and then Stafford went downfield and got in 58-yard field goal range, and Prater hit it. Prater's always had a boot, so, and then they won in overtime, 22-16. Got that one wrong. It was a good game, but man, Vikings, you guys are just going nosediving this season after a promising start. The offense is really starting to hinder you, and the defense just can't carry you anymore. So that was the first one I got wrong, although I had it right for about 25 seconds, and then that field goal and then overtime. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. I picked Baltimore. This game was a blowout for the entire game until the fourth quarter. The Steelers had one first down in the first three quarters, even with Big Ben back. They did not look right, but they made a late surge, but they still lost 21-14. Got that one right. Flacco's not great. The running game's not great. And I just Big Ben, man, he's not good when he comes back from injuries, and their record's not good. And yeah, well, add to another chalk up another loss for the Steelers of a Big Ben comeback. Anyway, Carolina, LA. What an exciting game this was. Carolina won 13-10. I picked Carolina. Got that one right. How bad is Jared Goff if they still will not start Case Keenum until they've been mathematically eliminated from playoffs? You guys are eliminated from the playoffs. It's not happening. Just no. No. Man, good thing you traded your freaking, 4 draft picks, 3 draft picks, whatever the hell it was. You bet the farm on Jared Goff, and he can't even beat out Case Keenum. Congrats, LA, on that franchise. Maybe you'll get the Chargers next year and get another mediocre franchise. New Orleans at San Fran. Pick New Orleans. San Francisco sucks. Saints won 41-23. Drew Brees is a beast. And Niners couldn't stop a freaking high school running back at this point. Their rush defense is one of the worst I've ever seen. And I've watched the Colts have bottom 5 rush defenses several times over the course of my lifetime. And they are, wow. So if you have a fantasy team, if you have a player in your team, a running back in your team going against the Niners in fantasy, you start them with confidence every goddamn week. I don't give a shit who it is. It could be freaking Trent Richardson getting signed on the practice squad or something to some team, and he plays the Niners next week, and he's the starter. I would even start him. No brainer. I wouldn't go that far, but still, you get what I'm saying. Tennessee at San Diego. This turned out into quite the high scoring affair that I didn't think was going to happen, but I picked San Diego to win, and they won 43-35. They got, I think, 2 defensive scores, so hey, Mariota looks good if they get some actual weapons around him and stuff. Because outside of the running game and Delaney Walker, they don't have much. Their receivers aren't anything special, but Got a good young talent on that team. I definitely could see them competing for the division this year. I see everybody in that division is still alive except for Jaguars, just because. Yeah, got that one right. Denver at Oakland. I picked Denver to win, and I'm sorry, Raiders fans. I thought you guys were already a good team. You were gonna make playoffs here, but you might be the second best team in the AFC right now. As much as I hate the Patriots, they're still the best team right now. But God hopes that they don't make it far in the playoffs and whatever. But anyway, Raiders are legit. Goddamn, Murray went off. Young offense is just awesome, and their defense still needs a lot of work and stuff. But with that offense, they could be in any game. So if Derek Carr's gonna get paid in the offseason, he deserves it. But got that one wrong. Hey, props to Oakland. You know, the NFL is more fun when the Raiders are actually competing, which hasn't happened in like a decade. But still, go Raiders. Good for you. Buffalo at Seattle on Monday night. I picked Seattle, and as usual, the Seahawks got favorable reffing in their favor. And what that last sequence before the end of the first half was just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, except for the Fail Mary, which also had to do with the Seahawks and just. I got that one right, but 31-25, Seattle won. But Tyrod Taylor balling out with just basically Robert Woods and nothing else to throw to. I mean, the Bills could still make some noise, may run for a wild card spot, but the Seahawks they're so lucky. At least Russell Wilson finally showed up. He had a touchdown in 3 weeks, something like that. And he had 3 touchdowns, I think, 3 or 4. Yeah, I think he had a rushing touchdown and either 2 or 3 passing touchdowns. But whatever, they won that game, got that one right. Buffalo got screwed, though. It seems like whenever I pick for the Colts games, the opposite happens. So maybe I should just pick against the Colts the rest of the year. Because Indy at Green Bay. I picked Green Bay to win. And the Colts finally showed up this year. I mean, yeah, I know we had 3 wins before this and stuff, but this is the best game they played all year. Luck had two picks, but the one wasn't really his fault. He was getting freaking drilled and just threw it. The other one was a terrible throw by him. He should never thrown it, running to the left and throwing back across his body. That was a numbskull play. But he made plays when he had to make play. When the game was on the goddamn line, the last drive, when he threw the freaking Doyle for a first down and threw that big play to Hilton, that was an awesome game to watch. And Colts defense played well. I mean, they started to suck a little bit down in the stretch, but they played damn well. To hold Aaron Rodgers to what he was doing in the first 3 quarters at Lambeau, it was impressive. I mean, I know they don't have much of a running game, whatever, but our secondary is, not that great either. But Vontae being out there definitely helped. Darius Butler playing safety. I got usually our nickel corner, but he played damn well at safety for Mike Adams, who was hurt. But hey, I'll gladly get that one wrong because that could be a season-changing game for Colts. We're still alive in our division. I mean, part of me wants them to not do well so that Pagano and Grayson get fired. But I can't not root for the Colts to win. I mean, if they can make the playoffs, and playoff experience is still helpful for a young team because generally it's still a very young team. The players that are worth keeping at least are mostly young. I mean, there's some old guys in the defense, but this offense is a young unit that could use any experience they can get. So, hey, we're 9-4 that week. Can't complain. Let's get right into Week 10. Colts have a bye this week, so I think it's a perfect time for bye week. Big win, healed up, and push for a second half of the season. But so no Colts game this week. But yeah, Thursday night game we have Cleveland at Baltimore. Woo! We finally had a good primetime game with the Steelers, the Seahawks and the Bills, and now we get the Browns and the fucking Ravens. Ravens win. Shocker. Although this could be the game that Cleveland could get a chance to win because the Ravens aren't that good. Their defense is decent. But Flacco is just... Woo! But Ravens win. Green Bay at Tennessee. Now, this should be a good game. Tennessee, a young upcoming team. Green Bay is on the road, off a tough loss, and their season's on the ropes. But I think it's a game where Rodgers comes back and keeps the team afloat for at least another week. I see the Packers winning this game. Could be a good game. Should be a good game. But I see Rodgers making some plays, and all the critics are on Packers and stuff, and saving their season for now. Look for Green Bay to win. Denver at Saints. So this is interesting. The Denver passing defense is amazing. By far the best in the league. They allow like 180 yards a game through the air. But the Saints at home and Drew Brees at home is just, they're phenomenal. And I'm picking the Saints to win this game. I cannot believe Denver's going to fall to, 5-4, I believe, if they lose this game. But I'm picking the Saints. Ay. May manage to come back out of retirement. I mean, Simeon has been that bad, but man, they need like some sort of like something in that locker room or something. Because, L.A. at the Jets. Do I even have to pick this game? Should I pick this game to be a tie? Then this could Bryce Petty could be playing for the Jets for this game for all I know because Fitzpatrick has a sprained MCL. Wow. I guess I'll pick the Jets just because the Rams are horrible and maybe eventually they'll start Goff, but look for this game to be one of the worst games in the history of mankind, but look for the Jets to win. Atlanta at Philly. Yeah, Philly. Wow. Remember when Wentz was the hot shit and Philly was like, an up and coming team, and out of nowhere, that's really gone now, isn't it? I still think there's some young talent there, but let's face it, you're still a rebuilding franchise, and now you're back down to earth, and you're playing Atlanta. Even at Philly, look for Atlanta to win the Battle of the Birds. And I think I might have overlooked my recap for the Giants and Philly game, but in case I did miss it, I picked Philly to win, and they didn't. Giants won 28-23. Eli played well. Eagles did not. But they had a chance to win at the end, just they need some receivers. That's, Philly, offseason, get some corners, get some receivers, get a young running back if you're not sure about Smallwood or whatever, because Matthews ain't the answer, and Sproles will be like fucking 33 or 34 next year. Get some youth on that skill positions there. There you go. Anyway, back to this week. Chicago at Tampa Bay. Two below-average teams. Tampa is terrible at home. They are just awful at home. One of the worst home teams in the league. And Chicago's getting healthier. They played pretty well the week before against Vikings 2 weeks ago. They're coming off the bye. Look for Chicago to win this and get their third win of the season. Minnesota at Washington. I'm fully off the Minnesota bandwagon. That defense is still good, but on the road, Washington has been in every game they lost this year for the most part, and they're a tough team. They're coming off the bye week. Look for them to win this game, and look for Minnesota to fall to 5-4 after starting 5-0. Ay. Should be a good game though, but I don't see the Vikings offense. The Vikings offense is incapable of carrying them to victories. So unless they can clearly shut down Washington, which is say what you will about Cousins and stuff, but he takes he's an accurate passer, and they've been a very good offense this year. So they may not always score in the red zone, but even field goals could be enough to beat the fucking Vikings offense. So look for Washington to win that game. Kansas City, Carolina. This should be a better game than I thought it would have been a couple weeks ago because Carolina's starting to play well again. And Kansas City is supposed to have Alex Smith back this game, and they're on the road. They usually play better at home than on the road, but I think Kansas City win this game. I think Carolina comes back down to earth, and just they're not a good team anymore. That secondary's young and inexperienced, and Cam is a douche. Sorry, not sorry. Houston at Jacksonville. Two teams who thought they had their answer at quarterback going into the season, and who definitely don't. Osweiler is awful. He's extremely overpaid, and Bortles is terrible. They better not give him a big contract because he is not good. The freaking garbage time fantasy king Bortles. But you know what? I'm picking them to win. I see Jacksonville winning this game in just an awful game that'd probably be like 13-10. Look for Jaguars to find winning that game in the battle of bad quarterbacks. Miami at San Diego. Now this should be a game. Both teams are on the up and up. They've both been playing really well of late. Look for Ajayi to have another big day, but I see San Diego finding a way to win this game. I just think that Rivers is still better than Tannehill because Tannehill's not very good. But if they can ride Ajayi to win, then maybe they can. But I see San Diego win this game. San Fran and Arizona. As bad as Carson Palmer's been this year, as bad as Arizona's been this year, they're still going to win. It's San Fran. Come on now. They suck. Excuse me. That's just talking about San Francisco gives me indigestion. Sorry. Dallas at Pittsburgh. What Pittsburgh team is going to show up here? They're the most inconsistent team this year. That one week can look awesome. They always. It seems like they play their competition level. And that's been like an MO of Tomlin since he's been there. But Dallas is legit. I don't think Dak is better than Romo right now. I know he's having a good year and all that. But my God, that offensive line is amazing. Imagine if Andrew Luck had that fucking offensive line, or I don't fucking know, Rodgers or fucking Breeze. I mean, that offensive line can make anybody look good. I feel bad for Romo, man. He's probably gonna get his job back now, but if anybody should win MVP from that team, it should be the fucking entire offensive line because it's amazing, and it helps everything out. It helps the defense out, which is playing well this year, just because the time possession is awesome and stuff. Nevertheless, I'm picking Dallas to win this game. I don't know what to expect from Pittsburgh week in and week out, so Cowboys win. Should be a good Sunday night game. Seattle at New England. Not a fan of either of these teams. When they played in the Super Bowl, I almost didn't watch it just because it's probably my two most hated teams in the league. But I'm picking Seattle to win this game. I know it's at New England. I know New England's off the bye and yada yada, deflate my nuts and stuff, whatever. I don't care. But I picked them. Seattle's going to win this game. I think Brady finally has a subpar game because he finally plays a good team. But I'm sure he'll throw 5-yard passes and they'll run 60 yards after the catch and he'll still be called the greatest fucking player ever. System QB. Anyway, look for Seattle to win this game. Monday night, not as good. Bengals at Giants. Giants win. Bengals, no. Different Giants win. Giants turn their season around, playing well lately. ODB got going last week. Bengals are just all over the place. Although AJ Green is a monster, I think he'll still have a big week. And Eifert should continue to be good. Could be a shootout, but I just see the Giants finding a way to win this game. And that's it. No Colts game, so no heartburn this week. No freaking close nail-biting games I have to watch the Colts game, since every game besides the Chiefs one has been freaking ridiculously close at the end. So let's enjoy football, and you know what? Let's make NFL great again. Have a good day, everybody.